Happy St. Patty's Day. You know, I'd hate to be a saint in heaven. Not that I'd hate to be a saint in heaven. I can't wait for the day. But I'd hate to be a saint in heaven and, like St. Valentine or St. Patrick, have people on earth using my feast day as a reason for debauchery and drunkenness, and just like saying, there's something wrong with that. You know, these people who gave their lives for Jesus, and now people are saying, yeah, let's do whatever we want. Okay. So that's not your homily for today, but don't go out and get drunk today just because it's St. Patty's Day. In the gospel today, we hear, again, this is one of the signs of Jesus, according to John, and he comes and finds this man who's been sick for 38 years. He asks him this question: do you want to be well? Now, the man never directly answers the question. It's a yes or no question. He makes all sorts of excuses. Well, no, there's no one to put me in the pool when the water is stirred up. When I'm on the way, someone else gets down. But he asks him this question. And it seems foolish. He's been sick for 38 years. He hasn't been able to walk. He's been there. Why would Jesus ask him, do you want to be well? And I think there's something within us that we can start to identify ourselves with our sickness, with our illness, with our brokenness, with our darkness. That part of us says, yeah, I don't want this anymore, but part of us is like, yeah, but it's who I am. When we identify ourselves with our brokenness, and that can keep us from accepting the healing of Almighty God. So when we look and we're offered healing and say, no, but this is who I am. And it can be subtly there. I'm not sure if any of you have seen Shawshank Redemption, but there's this point where they're recognizing that being in those walls, you can become institutionalized. First, you can't stand those walls, and then you get used to them, then you can't live without them. Sometimes that can happen with our own darkness and our own brokenness. First, we can't stand them, then we get used to them. Then it becomes so much a part of our identity, we're used to them. We don't want to get rid of them. And the Lord is inviting us. He says, do you want to be well? Not that it's our fault we haven't been well up to this point. Sometimes it's not. Many times it's not because of the circumstances of our lives. But when the Lord does come to bring us healing, He says, do you want this healing? I know when I was praying this morning, the Lord asked me to spend time just with this question. Do I want to be well? Do I want to be well? Do I want to be holy? Do I want to be whole? Do I want to be close to the Lord? And then coming up all these different areas of my life, of brokenness and sinfulness, and say, do you really want to be well, or do you want to keep clinging to this? And so Jesus asks us today, do we want to be well? May we have the courage to face that question with honesty. And for the areas where we're struggling, may we ask the Lord to bring us renewal of mind and heart, so that we may desire His wholeness and healing in our lives.